And young women, please understand that if you dress immodestly, you are magnifying this problem by becoming pornography.
When this power begins to form, it might be likened to having a little factory in your body, one designed to produce that substance that can generate life. This little factory moves quietly into operation as a normal and expected pattern of growth and begins to produce that life-giving substance. It will do so perhaps as long as you live. It works very slowly. That is the way it should be. For the most part, unless you tamper with it, you will hardly be aware that it is working at all. As you move closer to manhood, this little factory will sometimes produce an oversupply of this substance. The Lord has provided a way for that to be released. It will happen without any help, nor without any resistance from you. Perhaps one night you will have a dream, and in the course of it, the release valve that controls that little factory will open and release all that is excess. The factory and the automatic release valve works on its own schedule. The Lord intended it to be that way. It is to regulate itself. This will not happen very often. You may go a long period of time, and there will be no need for this to occur. When it does, you should not feel guilty. It is the nature of young manhood and is part of becoming a man.
We believe that we are gods in embryo. We teach that. We believe that because it's in the scriptures.
A meteor shower is expected to peak over southern Utah.
Damn you! God damn you all to hell!
I have faith that the Constitution will be saved as prophesied by Joseph Smith. But it will not be saved in Washington. in the Book of Mormon, we find a pattern for preparing for the second coming. A major portion of the book centers on the few decades just prior to Christ's coming to America.
We are instructed to give unto you the law of consecration, as contained in the book of Doctrine and Covenants, in connection with the law of the gospel and the law of sacrifice, which you have already received. It is that you do consecrate yourselves, your time, talents, and everything with which the Lord has blessed you, or with which he may bless you, to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, for the building up of the kingdom of God on the earth, and for the establishment of Zion. Each of you, bring your right arm to the square. You and each of you covenant and promise before God, angels, and these witnesses at this altar, that you do accept the law of consecration as contained in the Doctrine and Covenants, in that you do consecrate yourselves, your time, talents, and everything with which the Lord has blessed you, or with which he may bless you, to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, for the building up of the kingdom of God on the earth, and for the establishment of Zion. Each of you, bow your head and say yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
We do not say that all of the saints will be spared and saved from the coming day of desolation, from the atomic holocausts that surely shall be.
Do you see what is happening right before our eyes? Second coming of the Lord. Jesus Christ will govern from Old Jerusalem and the New Jerusalem, built upon the American continent.
In this security footage, you can see Officer Goodman running to respond to the initial breach. Officer Goodman passes Senator Mitt Romney and directs him to turn around in order to get to safety.
And Shanghai, People's Republic of China.
We are instructed to give unto you the law of chastity, which is that the women of God's kingdom and the men of God's kingdom shall have no sexual relations except with those to whom they are legally and lawfully wedded according to his law. Each of you bring your right arm to the square. You and each of you individually covenant and promise before God, angels, and these witnesses that you will observe and keep the law of chastity as it has been explained to you. Each of you bow your head and say yes. Yes. Thank you.
They go to the temple along with our 11-year-old young women.
She would be a second wife. She asked this question: would she be able to have her own house? Or would she have to live with her husband and his first wife? I just told her to trust the Lord.
The mandate given by the First Presidency and the presiding bishopric is to only focus on financial growth. EPA employees are told that the money will be used after the second coming of Jesus Christ or during Armageddon right before he would come again.
For the first time, we have an idea now of how much the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints Big Investment Fund performed over the course of a year.
That fund is called Ensign Peak Advisors, and Fox 13 News investigative reporter Nate Carlisle found the public document showing how many billions of dollars it gained in 2020.
Over the last year, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints has been more forthcoming about how it's investing tithing money. This latest filing with the Securities and Exchange Commission shows that despite the economic downturn of the pandemic, the church's big investment fund made money. This filing with the SEC shows the holdings of Ensign Peak Advisors at the end of 2020. When added all up, it shows the fund gained more than $6 billion in one of the most difficult financial years in American history.
And a major city yet to be determined in Russia.
И вот сегодня мы слышим, когда президент Трамп говорит, что если бы я был президентом, то войны бы не было. Я думаю, что так бы на самом деле и случилось. Я подтверждаю это.
Travis Wingetzel. There are some things I'd rather be doing right now. But I got inspired, took some notes. Here we are. What thanks do I get for it? We'll start off. This was triggered by the previous video I did that nobody wants to watch, where John Taylor said that Jesus Christ is going to get revenge on the United States of America for murdering Joseph Smith and Hiram. Oh, really? Okay. Let us go back to the beginning. So, God, there's a whole bunch of pictures. We'll try to put them all in. I need to leave them on the screen, which is going to be complicated, because normally I would delete them after I cover them, but then whether I remember to put them in the video. So we'll try. Thank God that YouTube is now providing us with wholesome family commercial entertainment. Getting rid of all the porn. Joseph Smith's second vision. Anybody confused on what a vision is? Yes. It's not real. It's a dream. So there's other meaning involved. It's not to be taken literal history. I had a dream this morning. Do you want me to skip this video and talk about my dream this morning? It wasn't real, thank God. Married woman was putting the moves on me. Had to kick her out. Get out of here. Go away. Then there were some people who invaded our home. And so I'm having to try to hide our food from them so that they don't steal it. Maybe it was real. Nonetheless, Joseph Smith is warned by Nephi, new name in the Los Angeles Temple, that they that come shall burn them. There are going to be a group of Christians, as they so claim to be, who are preaching of different doctrine, of a different gospel than the Book of Mormon and Joseph Smith. Verse 1, evil disposed and designing militant missionaries, lying about the church. Sections 84 and sections 86. So in 1838, Joseph Smith then says they are going to come and burn people in the latter days. And so he puts this in the context of the reason why the Book of Mormon came forth, to warn Mormons about they that shall come to burn them, fellow Mormons of the other Mormon church. There are save two Mormon churches. One's the Church of the Devil with the inverted pentagram on the keystone of the doors of the Salt Lake Temple, Lucifer. The other is the Church of Emmanuel, the Order of Emmanuel, not the Order of the Danites, of the devil. two churches, Mormons. You chose wrong. Now you're going to shrivel up in little bones and dust. You won't be able to save Daddy, who's been shot by the Nazi. Classics. So yes, the Book of Mormon is not literal history. The Book of Mormon is the warning, just like Joseph Smith's vision. So you need the decoder to figure it out. Oh no, where's the decoder? Oh, Joseph left us without a decoder ring from the Cracker Jack box. It's Revelation chapter 12, verse 7 in the Joseph Smith revision. And section 103, verses 15 through 18. There it is. So, as the guy who sings the song to his mother, shut up your face. So, 40 years after July 1838, Brigham Young had written in a journal and then put it in with documents from 1838 and published it in a book to claim it's all true, but didn't publish it as a section in the Doctrine and Covenants. Here's the Order of Dan, the God of Mormons. It is the secret hidden name that we don't dare repeat too often, so we use Jesus in place of Dan. The Order of Danites. We have a company of Danites in these times to put to rights physically that which is not right and to cleanse the church of very great evils which have hitherto existed among us. So that's the whole Kirtland apostasy that led into the Missouri apostasy that framed and blamed Joseph, cleansed him from the church. Bad boys, what you gonna do? Mormons are incapable of being put to rights by teachings and persuasions. Lazy learners and lax disciples. And they're going to take over the United States of America as they use the 4th of July as their commencement. They came up to consecrate as militants, companies of 10s commanded by their captain over 10. Evil disposed and designing militant Danites. They're coming to get ya. So yes, everything they did in 1838 was an exact same pattern match for what the Book of Mormon warned us. Don't want to delete. And for the suddenly appearing after Joseph is dead, most of them the year before he died, 40 years later, with the journal, all that they forged. So this was exposed by Thomas B. Marsh. They came to him and said, hey, join us in Gallatin. They're murdering women and children. Kill the beasts. Come with us. Join us. And you will never go hungry again. Because they were stealing the loot, taking it to the storehouse, and Adam-on-Diamond. But Thomas B. Marsh doesn't know that there was a church established there. He's the president of the 12. He's supposed to know. He was supposed to send missionaries there. And he has no clue what it is. What are you guys doing there? What's going on? Why is there a Bishop Storehouse there? Is there something I wasn't being told? Exactly. There's a secret headquarters, now used as a code word for the coup of America. And that's what they told him. They told him in their plans. We're going to overthrow the state of Missouri in the similitude of overthrowing the United States of America and ultimately the entire world, using the Bible calendar dates and clock times that we tell Mormons no man knows the day or the hour of. Because Constantine denied astronomy. And then Pope Gregory screwed up the calendar. December? You mean the 10th month? Wait, what? 12th month? You know, they screwed up the Bible. Why not the calendar? All par for the course. So, in Brigham Young's endowment ceremony that he added, we have the law of consecration. With the right arm to the square, the palm forward and fingers close together, and the thumb is the knife extended. All Mormons must bow their head and say yes. You and each of you covenant and promise before God, angels, and these witnesses at this altar that you do accept the law of consecration as contained in this, the Book of Doctrine and Covenants. He displays the book. And whether or not it's from the text that I will put in the video clip of, I don't know, I don't care. In that you do consecrate yourselves, your time, talents, and everything with which the Lord has blessed you or with which he may bless you to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints for the building up of the kingdom of God on the earth and the establishment of Zion. That's called a coup. And you all have a knife in your hand to issue the penalty for disloyalty and disobedience. Church is so true. And so what's next? Oh, no, we got it. Oops. See, already out of order. Already out of order. 1840, 19 July, Brigham Young was pissed. Refused to publish this in his scriptures. Joseph Smith tells us in commentary of verse 51 of his parable in section 101 of when the enemy comes to destroy Salt Lake City, tear down the temple, knock down the tower. I think I have that still. I don't think I... Oops. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. Use Google Maps because I see it when I head out to the store all the time on my way back home. And got the pretty picture this time from Google Maps. Yep. Flaming ball of fire. Jesus' burning glory. Well, we could do both. Because I want to get the Planet of the Apes picture in. Which, yeah, if we do, yeah, okay. Now let's do that. So let's pull it up so that I remember to get it. We'll do Flaming Jesus here. There we go. Perfect. There we go. So, this one. And so he repeats it and puts, there's some missing information in there, and Royal Skousen was clueless that it came from section 101. So that he had no clue to put in the information that wasn't in there. God, it really requires somebody with intelligence to do this job, Royal. And so Joseph Smith warns that the enemy is going to cause this nation to be on the very verge of crumbling to pieces and tumbling to the ground. And when the Constitution is upon the brink of ruin, this people will betray America and go to the Capitol to spread poop all over the walls. But they'll get pardoned. It's just a test run. Yeah. The reason why Brigham Young was furious with it is because verse 7, it has chapter and verse? What? Academia. Joseph Smith calls out Brigham Young as Judas. Hilarious. So yes, Benson. The Constitution will be saved as prophesied by Joseph Smith, but it will not be saved in Washington, you BYU students. And took it out for his conference version of it. Shh, don't tell. We're gonna do it. So now we can go to you, Brigham. February 6th, 1851, an ordinance is approved and signed into law by Brigham Young, governor of the territory of Utah. Hold that tab. An ordinance incorporating for the first time ever, never existing prior to, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Passed February 4th, 1851. Section 1. Be it ordained by the General Assembly of the State of Deseret. As governor. A coup. You catching on to the patterns here? Googly moogly. So John Taylor is next. Where are you, John? There you are. John Taylor supposedly had a vision that Wilford Woodruff wrote. So I guess we got to trust John Taylor or Wilford Woodruff that this is true. He talks about the destruction of the United States of America. And some kind of creeping death that takes hold of Utah. And that the pretty women in New York City, all them Broadway models, lying some dead and others in dying condition on the sidewalks. I saw men come out of the cellars and ravish the persons of some that were yet alive, and then kill them and rob their bodies of all their valuables they had upon them. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, champion of women. Before they could roll back to the cellar, they would roll over a time or two and die in agony. Saw on the back streets, I saw them kill some of their own offspring and eat that raw flesh. Zombie apocalypse! And in a few minutes die themselves. Scene of horror, destruction, death, and rapine. And so, yeah, you'd also see a big flash of light and flaming destruction. Independence, Missouri is utterly destroyed and void of inhabitants. Wait, weren't we supposed to go back there? Because in Utah, he says, it's very clear, no, everybody is dead from creeping death. Independence, Missouri? Nope. Guess where they are? Oh, Adamondiaman. There they are. There are 12 men. Let's see if I can. I saw 12 men dressed in temple robes standing in a square, or nearly so, and I understood it to represent the 12 gates of the New Jerusalem. In Adamondiaman, huh? Did you want to tell Mormons this? Their hands were uplifted in consecration of the ground and laying the cornerstone, the chief cornerstone of the temple. I saw myriads of angels hovering over them, and I also saw an immense pillar of clouds above them of the nuclear fallout, and heard the angels singing the most heavenly music. Shout at the devil! Shout! Shout! Shout at the devil! In the beginning, good always overpowered the evils of all mankind. But in time our nations grew weak, and our cities fell to slums, while evil stood strong. In the dust of hell of the blackest of hates, for he, the evil seer, awaits you. Now, many, many lifetimes later, they're destroyed, beaten down, only the corpses of levels, ashes of dreams, and blood-stained streets. It has been written that those who hold the youth hold the future. So come now, children of the beast, be strong, and shout at the devil. Thank you. Thank you very much. The words were, now is established the kingdom of God and his Christ, which shall never more be thrown down. So it was thrown down? Okay. Whatever you say. Hebrew Seed Kimball would have something similar. And I do believe there is. So yeah, we gotta get that one. God. But I did it new, didn't I? Well, I still got the original somewhere. probably be under Hebrew, or Hebrew. Hebrew. It's not here. Making me go all the way back to type it in. Test. There it is. Was little sister Jessica. The Mushroom Queen. Christmas 2024. Oops. Oops. Still running a test back then. Still running a test. Yeah, well, his particular quote is that the judgments of God, Dan, will be poured out on the wicked to the extent that our elders, not sisters, they stay behind. From far and near will be called home. And so he confirms John Taylor, or John Taylor confirms him, a western boundary, independence, of the state of Missouri will be swept so clean of its inhabitants that, as President Young tells us, not Joseph Smith in July 1840, when you return to that place, there will not be left so much as a yellow dog to wag its tail. YouTube. I joked about it, warning you about the scams for Christmas. Then after I did the videos, then all of the local news are warning you now. I was first, but one of the scams I joked about was that this dog, I use dog, not cat, but doesn't matter. This animal is going to die. Pay now, or you're to blame. So what did I see yesterday? YouTube. Oh my God. A cat that's AI, so it's not real, and it's wet. To try to make it look sorry. And apparently it's from Ukraine. And so the advertisement was, cats are dying in Ukraine, pay now. Yes, that's Ukrainians' #1 problem right now. It's good there's a charity like you to help the poor cats in Ukraine. I'm sure it's not a scam whatsoever. You can guarantee your money is going to a good place. Google approved as the check cleared. So here is the zombie apocalypse. Before that day comes, however, the saints will be put to a test that will try the integrity of the best of them. We're hoarding the money for Jesus. You're supposed to have 10 child bride virgins. The pressure will be so great that the more righteous Mormons will cry like sensitive snowflakes unto Jesus, day and night until deliverance comes with your death. Heber C. Kimball, first counselor in the First Presidency, May 1868. Deseret News, 23rd May, 1931. Interesting how they put that in there. And then the conference report of 1930 from October, that most likely would have been the swearing Apostle Kimball, because he quotes his uncle, is it? No, do not delete. All right, who's next? Who is next? No. You. Joseph Fielding Smith Sr. So yeah, this is the reason why I'm in this apartment now. I found the book. It's a living prophet of Jesus. Don't you want me to study his words? Why are you trying to murder me for this? The Way to Perfection, Joseph Fielding Smith Sr. Pages 290 and 291. The Gathering at Adamon-Diamond. The keys of the everlasting kingdom. Thrones to be cast down. By voice of the priesthood. In this council, Jesus will take over the reins of government and shall give it to the people of the saints of the Most High. Then shall Jesus give the government to the saints of the Most High. There will be a transfer of government authority from the usurper and impostor Lucifer to the rightful king Jesus. Jesus will assume the reins of government. This council in the valley of Adamon-Diamond is to be of the greatest importance to this world. And the world will not know of it. The members of the church at large will not know of it. The world cannot know of it. The saints cannot know of it. Oops. Is that why? Well, he said it. Why are you trying to murder me for this? I'm just quoting living prophet of Jesus who's dead. So, Brigham Young got busted. Who was I supposed to do this before? Their whole operation foiled, trying to get all the members to Utah to take over the whole western United States, to be the whole nation of Deseret Kingdom. And it failed. And the United States would go to destroy them. And it ceased to exist on the face of the earth. That's what he's referring to. Never to be taken from the earth again. He knew. He knew. Which was Wilford Woodruff, which therefore makes it suspicious. But nonetheless, Heber J. Grant, after taking out the doctrine from the Doctrine and Covenants, and the super sacred meeting of Mormon intellectuals who were concerned that the church's literal history claims don't seem to match with literal history. Heber J. Grant then secretly filed articles of incorporation. Remember, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints no longer exists. The United States shut them down. Perpetual Immigration Fund, likewise, because it's Section 119. It's an economic fraud. So, articles of incorporation of the corporation of the President of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Shh, this is a secret. There's no Freedom of Information Act back then. Nobody knows. And yet, there he goes. And so this is where it's official that the president of the Quorum of the 12 becomes the president of the church upon the president of the church's death, apostolic interregnum. And Mormons are to now be slave chattel to supply the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints with their money, at which time of the signing of this, the church had $1.5 million, still continuing the tithing fraud after paying off the debts from when the United States shut them down. So let's see, George Albert Smith is first because he was after Heber J. Grant. So as you can see, instead of building up an army of Mormons, a nation of Mormonism in the kingdom of Deseret, as the United States shut it all down and took it over, occupying. This plot to overthrow America is morphing over time in preparation for the latter days. So in the beginning, it was test runs for what they planned to do in the future, and tried to take over the state of Missouri with their kingdom base headquarters at Adam-on-Diamond, with a storehouse for Jesus, not for the poor, and getting Joseph Smith out of the way. So they fail, and so they go to the next plot to see if Joseph Smith can win the presidency. So Brigham Young has his Council of 50 he secretly organized, claiming that Joseph Smith was in attendance at the meetings. Joseph Smith says, or the Joseph Smith papers said no. Oops. Nonetheless, their plot was then to have Joseph Smith assassinated as president, and then convince Sidney Rigdon, who becomes the president because he was the vice president, to enact martial law in the United States to go after the terrorists, insurrectionists, Antifa, furry communists who did it, with the Council of 50 to step in as the new government during this time. And Sidney Rigdon will just step right in as the president. And Brigham Young will be the first officer to implement it all. That never happened. Joseph Smith ended up getting assassinated in Carthage jail in advance. So that then led to Brigham Young's taking his kingdom to the west, to turn the whole western United States into occupied Mormonville. All the Mormons in Mormonville, the tall and the small, with the Grinch as the president of the church, was to build up a mass number of Mormons through polygamy. So that was that plan. That failed. So then Heber J. Grant. Okay. Now we're going to amass wealth. And we're going to buy Armageddon. Pay for it. The Judas price. Getting Mormons to be the ones to pay for it. And so, Gordon B. Hinckley what started the Ensign Peak Advisors. Yeah. Yeah. Alrighty, so that's the bigger context of their plot. It's now funding the terrorist acts against the United States of America. George Albert Smith got leaked about the nukes, the day that shall burn as an oven. So he confirms this. And that's why I had 2024 with little sister Jessica on the mushroom cloud of glory. Is because of the nuclear holocaust that the church kept threatening us with. That's what the day that shall burn as an oven shall be. And as Joseph Smith warned, and as I'm going through here, it's the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints who are the enemy, Momo. Not Exmo, not FOMO, Momo, not Nevermo, Momo. True Momo. Momo. So yes, George Albert Smith confirms nuclear fallout for the war. And he says that it was supposed to be during a holiday after the election and before the president takes office on January 20th. So thus 2024 didn't happen. Still running a test, I guess. But here we go. I really hope I can do this video for you guys. It would be a shame for this to get wasted, all in vain. Tomorrow, I want to do it today. Tomorrow is too long away. So, Thanksgiving it didn't happen. Here comes Christmas. Here comes Santa Claus. Here comes Santa Claus, nuking all the world. You don't get a dolly, not even 3. He nuked all the world. La 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 la. Harold B. Lee. He adds an interesting twist to the plot. In 1973, after the Mormon Christ was born. The wise men saw the sign in the east and came west to visit him. Yeah. With a Mercury transit. And upon the winding up and dissolution, again, of this corporation. Wait, what? So the church is going to commit suicide. What? You've given up on taking over the world? Everybody wants to rule the world. Was that Thompson twins? I don't know. I lost my likeness for the song after the first failure. Said that was her favorite song. And then left me. Stupid Dixie chicks. From Magna. Yeah. So that is very curious. I mean, obviously they don't want the Book of Mormon and Joseph Smith. They clearly are violating them, clearly are lying about them. But, yeah, enter Albert Pike. So many pictures, nobody's going to want to read them. I don't want to read. I just want to see pretty pictures. I saw baby news, or baby... AI babies. I can't remember what it's called. Might as well go look at the file. Where would you be? Where would you be? Yeah, Baby News Network. Huh, yeah. I had avoided these. I wasn't going to get caught up into it. Wasn't going to fall for it. And yet, the one recommended today, this morning, I couldn't help myself. I checked it out. Baby Trump and Baby Biden go bowling. I'm now a fan. I subscribed. I fell for the trap. Couldn't help myself. Albert Pike confesses that the Danites are of the Illuminati and in the Scottish Rites, as he himself was, that they are involved in the plot to overthrow the whole world. It's the same plot. It's just a brother through one of the polygamous mothers. Another brother from another polygamous mother. The spawn of Satan. And so their whole reason for causing the war is to destroy Christianity for the evil that it has done to the world. And therefore, they're the true enlightened ones. And so this utter cataclysmic event of war and bloodshed, debauchery of the human condition, will leave Christians whose deistic spirits will from that moment be without compass or direction. Because Jesus won't show. Mormons will be left going, oh crap. What have we done? They will blame themselves for what they were the puppet masters of the whole time. And then they'll take away their agency, because they have no idea who to follow now. Jesus Christ failed. We got exposed as evil. Who do we worship? And so in steps Alma and Amulek to receive the true light through the universal manifestation of the pure doctrine of Lucifer, taking away agency. Exclusive Mormon doctrine, by the way. Brought finally out into the public view. Yep. Jesus is the true Antichrist. Lucifer is your God. It is his plan of happiness. And I've been telling you, that's what the church has been telling you. Not just Uchtdorf. You are bearers of light. Yay! I'm a Lucifer baby. The destruction of Christianity, conquered and exterminated. yellow dog you are, wagging your tail. Leave the dog alone. And so, to finish it up, Mormons are the enemy, lest you've forgotten. Dallin, Dallin, Dallin. Oopsie, oopsie, oopsie. Supposed to shut your mouth. You're not supposed to have a document trail. You're not supposed to have a money trail. Oops. Dumbest villains in it ever. You know, the Broccoli family gave you guys too much power that you don't deserve. As Spectre. Spectre is this great evil entity. And yet, who's the Book of Mormon? Spectre. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, and I can never watch the final episode ever again. Because when I start seeing it, and I see the little girl, I'm already starting to lose it. And of all things, she turns out to be a psychologist. Oh, the Broccoli family are just brilliant. Oh, you did Ian Fleming proud. I was worried at first. I didn't think anybody could beat Pierce Brosnan. This is not the end of the world, but merely a test. Oh, crap, folks. A trial run for the second coming. And President Marquis, clueless. Little Sister Jessica, clueless. They don't see it. I mean, maybe it's because they didn't do the research of all of the stuff I previously led up to. But still, you should have been concerned. What do you mean you're running a test? What do you mean you're running a trial run? Why are you keeping it a secret? Why are you not doing this at conference? This was March 14th, 2020. It was 2 weeks, almost 3 weeks, or 3 weeks. No, 2.5 weeks, because there's only 28 days in February, but this was 2020, so there's 29. So there would be 5 more days left after I served the church in the federal court. Let Mormons go. No! They ran a test. They made $6 billion off of that test run. This year, $6 trillion, $6 trillion, $6 trillion, $6 trillion, $6 trillion, $6 trillion. Thank you, Trump. You've been a useful idiot for us. Yeah. Remember, money. Not just to pay Islamic terrorism, to attack Israel, as Albert Pike also discussed, but also to pay Putin for the attack on Ukraine with the poor cats. Pay now or they die. On my daughter's birthday, when I served the church. Which has me suspicious. I'm sure it's just a coincidence. nonetheless. So yes, everything that happened in 2020 was the Exodus year of Moses confronting Pharaoh and saying, hey, let my Mormons go. And Pharaoh said no. Creeping death. Parting of the waters on the Green River where the mayor just died. So the Mormons can pass through on dry ground to go to Zion in southern Illinois. Yeah, they don't want you to know that. 19 July 1840. And so yeah, Oak said, if you abandoned your home teaching assignments because we turned it into ministering, so that there's no phone line communication when creeping death is about to strike us, you passed the test. We gave up on emergency preparedness, a year's supply of food, which was still insufficient for just the test run alone. 3 years? Nobody ever said a 3-year supply was needed. Yeah, and then at-home church. They're cutting out church. You hadn't caught on? They do away with the high priest group. No more home teaching. They took out an hour of Sunday school. They wanted to take out the Saturday session of conference in the evening. Next year, if failures still continue, oh dear God, this video is going to be awesome. It's going to be in vain if it doesn't happen. I just so much. I'm so desperate for fruit. Yes, it's a very pretty tree that has been developed with many branches all blossoming. Where's the fruit? Test run? They're cutting out church. That's why I busted up when Oaks didn't rush to be the president. And then, yes, it would be perfect. He fell right into my trap. Unless it's all in vain. Just run. Stop. Trump. Why can't you be the baby that they have you be? That baby's cool. I'm having trouble reading the text on his hat. I think it's an AI glitch. Not able to show the words very clearly. The church is purposely doing away with church. And so when Oaks becomes president that Tuesday morning, he then tells us, or was it in conference? I think it was in conference. He wanted to do away with modern technology and have us all go back to the primitive Stone Age. Don't have the separate video clips of that. Oaks conference talks. No, I did not. Okay. All right. Okay. Stupid. Anyway, but yeah, at one point in time he said that. Wish that we could all go back to the Stone Age. And that's what they're planning. It's not just destroy the federal government. It's not just collapse the economy. It's to send us back into pre-technology. He has vilified science. He has vilified technology. They've been going after the internet, TV, music, movies, television. I already said that. And so thus the internet and social media. They want this all gone. They don't see the humanities as being essential for basic survival living. This is what they're doing. They're rebooting humanity with a mass extermination, destruction of Christianity. I don't understand. Christianity sent us into the Dark Ages. Oh, that's what it was called. I kind of want to bathe. I don't know about you, Oaks. Call me a witch like you did to the Jews, but I want to bathe. You do know about the Black Plague of Europe, right? They blamed the Jews for witchcraft because they didn't get affected by the Black Plague because they bathed. It's just like the measles outbreak. It's been 30 years since we've had this problem in Utah. And why are we having this problem? It's the Jews! They're witches! It's the dumbass parents who aren't vaccinating their kids. Oh, I don't know, it causes autism. Oh my God. Likewise throughout the United States. You all fell for it. Trump got you all hysterical not to believe the CDC. Now in his second coming, he's destroyed the CDC with Ronald McDonald K. Jr. So now doctors are warning you can't trust the CDC. They aren't telling you the truth. It doesn't cause autism. Tylenol, what the hell are you talking about? Right here, 3 Nephi chapter 7. Remember, it's a warning. It is not literal history. And so, this was supposed to be 2020. A test run? What the bleeping hell? You guys don't believe me. I mean, yeah, sure, I sued and warned the government. Bill Barr did nothing about it, though. And it happened, just as I had warned. Mitt Romney almost died. Almost got strung up next to Mike Pence. Poop all over the walls. So yeah, the 2020 election, there was supposed to be no president decided. It would have gone to the Supreme Court with Dallin Harris Oaks. Whether Dallin is the chief judge, which is the most likely scenario, he would have been assassinated. Instead, Ruth Bader Ginsburg died. I liked her movie. I liked her now after seeing that movie. I don't know how close it is to her book. But yeah, I never knew about that. I like that. Yep. And so, the United States is divided between Antifa and MAGA. I don't know why you keep calling yourselves the old, obsolete titles. You're not Democrats anymore, you're Antifa. You're not Democrat or Republicans of the GOP, you're MAGA. Let's get it right, people. You know, even Bannon, when he went on his European tour, created the new liberal and conservatives as globalists and populists. And that caught on, even in America. And yet, we don't use that anymore, do we? Oh, was it because Steve Bannon bailed on Cambridge Analytica that got busted in Europe? But didn't get busted in America? With working with Facebook? And a major city yet to be determined in Russia. Yeah, 1 Nephi chapter 1 verse 4. And Russia. How did they know? Yeah, well, they created Russia. That's how they know. That's why their seal is the Scottish Rites double eagles. And all you guys had to do was ask me, I would have told you. The Ze is Roman Emperor Constantine's Cairo. Now, if you want to find out if they were clever enough to incorporate it into the vocabulary meanings, run the simple test. Get all the words with Ze in it and see if Ze with the Cairo is involved in the meaning of the words. Ta-da! That's all you had to do. You didn't need to threaten me. When are you going to finish your Paleo-Hebrew research, Travis? Hand it over. Don't make us send a cute redhead to get it out of you. Just ask. Just ask. And I give it to you. And I say, hey guys, Steven Seagal's got a new movie out. Why isn't it in America? Can you make it available in America? Over $100? 6 months away? Trying to warn you, because it's not just Trump I'm warning, it's all the world. The Mormons are coming, and they're here. They're in the gates. They're that close. Still running some tests. Still running some tests. So yes, they did destroy the federal government. In the test run, Marjorie Taylor Greene said that the destruction of the federal government should be a national divorce, a succession of MAGA states from Biden America. And yet, it didn't happen. So, what's Trump been doing? Yeah, destroying the federal government. Oh, interesting. I'm sure it's just a coincidence that the 3 decades prior to the coming of Jesus, are just a similitude of the 3 decades from Benson's talk telling us this in October 1986. 96, 2006, 2016. Oh, the presidential election for 2020. That's 2017. That's 1 Nephi chapter 1. Exactly. The Book of Mormon knew and warned. The regulations of the federal government are to be destroyed because of the secret combination of the Order of the Danites, who have friends from the South who split off after Joseph Smith Sr. saved America. 9/11/1826 in Canandaigua, New York. To make sure we got this Book of Mormon with the secret plot code. Who murdered Joseph Smith. Wait a minute. How did Senior know that they were going to murder his son, his only begotten son? Steal his religion. Call it Christian. The Great Spirit Jesus. Replacing the Jewish synagogues with Christianity. You never caught on to that, did you? I mean, granted, the church doesn't tell us what a synagogue is. As a kid, I'm going, synagogue, whatever that is. Like, don't they say a ward? Why does it say synagogue? Obviously, whoever this Great Spirit is, yeah, that's hilarious. Who would ever believe in a Great Spirit? So, yep. All these years, 9,000 videos. Is it going to all be in vain? I can't repeat all this information in every video. So that's this video. Alrighty. When you call women porn, you elevate their status in my life. YouTube. Oh God. Gonna try to repeat this as much as I can. Give YouTube the middle finger. Lest Mormons forget, you are the enemy. All you had to do was run the simple Matthew 7 verse 15 test. 3 Nephi chapter 14, Jesus. Run the test. Is the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints supposed to be Christian in the Book of Mormon and by Joseph Smith? Oops, nope. Church therefore is not true, just like Hinckley and Benson told you. But you kept them Christian, so you lie.